All right. So first of all, welcome to SkillUp Academy. This is the first training session, and this is actually the first training session that I personally do as well, a live session. So I'm really excited to do that, and you guys are part of history. This is the first ever SkillUp Academy training sessions, and there's going to be a lot more. So today, I want to start with my own story. So basically, back in October 2017, I was living in Cambodia. Oh, yeah, Mohan. Yeah, so I was living in Cambodia, living in a co-living. And basically, I was working 12 hours a day on my video game. And I realized that I'm not learning anymore. I didn't see how I could potentially move to the next level in life. And that's when I came across Josh Kaufman's video, his TED Talk. Have you guys seen it? It's about, so it's about how you can learn skills in only 20 hours of practice. I was just so inspired by that video. He basically went in front of the audience with a ukulele, and he had never played before. His name is Josh Kaufman. He pops up right away if you search for him on Google. And he went with the ukulele on stage and started performing. And he only practiced 20 hours, but I was blown away by the quality at which he was playing. To me, it sounded like he was a professional. So I was so inspired that I decided, okay, instead of working 12 hours a day on my work, I'm going to slash 2 hours from that. I'm going to take these 2 hours and concentrate on my personal development. So I took 30 minutes for my physical health. I wasn't doing any workout at the time, and I decided now was the time to start that. The other part of it, the rest of the 2 hours, so 90 minutes, decided I'd focus on self-improvement. And the way I wanted to do that was through learning new skills, just like Josh Kaufman. I did some math, and if I practice 30 minutes every day for the month, that means it's 15 hours during the month. So because I had 90 minutes to spare, I could actually do 3 skills in the month, which is absolutely insane. And the results from that experiment were just so phenomenal. I could never have predicted what would have happened from there. I could never have guessed that I would be here today talking to you about skill development. I had just started. And so the idea was that I had this mental block that I couldn't do some skills, one of which was learning to draw, because I'm a logical person. I'm actually a software engineer, and I thought I could never draw. So the first month, I decided that one of these skills would be learning to draw using Photoshop, but more specifically, sketching, line art, and coloring. So these 3 sub-skills, practice for 30 minutes every day for the whole month. And I could never expect that in only 8 days, I realized that I could draw. I really could draw. I tried so many times in the past. Have you ever tried skills once and you're like, you couldn't do it and you just gave up? That's what I did with drawing. That's what I did with public speaking. That's what I did with meditation. I did that every single time, and I would try and fail and quit and never look back. And I changed my mind that month. In October 2017, I decided I would be consistent. It only took 8 days. And it completely shattered that mindset that I couldn't learn how to draw or any other skill. And so I practiced for the rest of the month, and I was amazed. I was so amazed. The results were so great that I decided, you know what? I got to keep going. I got to do that every month from now on. And it's been, I think it's been 17 months now. So if you do some math on that, I've actually learned over 45 new skills. And it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. And so when I started, I didn't know I didn't know what I was doing. I really had no clue, and I didn't know the real definition of a skill. So today, what I wanted to look at with you guys is my favorite definition of what is a skill. And we're going to look at the presentation here. And you guys see it? All right, cool. So the reason I want to go through that is because it's so fundamental to learning any new skill. So if you know the right definition, you're going to get in the right mindset to start with. So that is exactly what I'm going to try to do today. And obviously, there's a lot of definitions to the word skill. My favorite one is this one. It's a 6-word definition, so short and sweet, and it has 4 different components in it. And I'm going to look at 3 today. So to do means action, right? Something that you have to take action on. If you don't take action on it, it's not a skill. Something means that it can be pretty much anything as long as something you can take action on. And well means a certain level of proficiency. So if we go from a scale of a 0 to 10, for example, that would be a 6, at least a 6. So it has to be something that you can measure, an action that you can measure your progress towards it. Make sense? Everyone gets it? All right. One of the things that I see happening is that people come to me and they're like, I want to learn mathematics. I want to learn physics. I want to learn chemistry. I want to learn, these are so broad. These are things that you learn in school. These are subjects. And so a subject is a branch of knowledge studied. So anything you learn in school, like any topic you take, is a subject, but this is so broad that it's going to be really hard for you to nail down specifically what you need to measure and how to do it. So as such, a subject actually has many skills. So chemistry, plenty of skills within that, communication, psychology, all these subjects have a ton of skills. And I'm going to go through 2 examples later. Make sense so far? All right. Big question. How long does it take to learn a skill? What do you guys think? Give me a number. 3 months, okay. Less than 10,000 hours. Okay. Yeah, definitely not 10,000 hours. So there's a big misconception that so it originated from Malcolm Gladwell, probably butchering the word, but he wrote that to be a top performer in a highly competitive field, that's the amount of time it takes on average. But when it comes to skill, a skill means the ability to learn well. We just learned that. So to do something well, it doesn't take 10,000 hours. The reality is there's no answer to that question. It really depends. It depends on what is your previous experience. What are the skill set? What is the skill set that you have that can work towards helping you learn that skill? And what was I going to say? Yeah, it depends on your skill set, and it depends on the complexity of the skill as well. So if you want to learn to ride the bicycle and you haven't learned to walk yet, riding a bicycle is going to be a lot more difficult than someone who actually knows how to walk. This is a really stupid example, but this happens all the time with all the skills. If you know the steps to get there, it's much easier to break it down. And that's actually going to be the topic for Friday's training session. So clear on how long it takes. All right. Thanks, guys. So I'm going to go through 2 of the skills that I'm learning this month. It's I'm learning 4 skills this month, so I'm going to look at 2 here. So first one is public speaking, and if you look at the definition I gave earlier, public speaking is that really a skill? It's way too broad, right? So when I say I want to learn, I want to improve my public speaking, I mean these 5 sets of skills that you see here, these sub skills. So I'm pretty comfortable in front of a crowd when doing public speaking, but when it comes to doing it in front of camera, I'm just not comfortable. It's so weird. I don't know if you guys have done it, but I think Brian may have done it, but it's just so weird to talk to my laptop. I just look at the green dot, or I look at myself on the side of the screen, and I know you guys are there. And thank you for replying as well. It's amazing. But still, so for this month, and one of the reasons I'm doing these streaming sessions is it's kind of selfish. I just want to get more comfortable in front of camera. Obviously, I want to help you guys, but it helps me at the same time. So win-win, right? Interacting with people I can't see. So I just mentioned that I do tend to move a lot when I talk. So I'm not sure if I'm doing that right now. So I really, oh, hey. Yeah, it's being recorded, Brian. But 10 minutes, it should be done in 10 though. But yeah, so this is recorded, so I'm going to be looking at the video. I'm going to see how I'm actually moving around, and especially when sitting, because I have a tendency to what's the word in English? Like swivel? I don't know. Brian, you're native. But like, do that with my chair, but pivot. Yeah, that's better. I have a tendency to pivot, and probably because of nervousness. I'm not sure, but this chair is pretty heavy, so thankfully it's not too bad. And I do move my hands around a lot, so I want to improve that. And so that's why I'm recording the videos. One of the reasons I do a lot of every time I listen to myself on podcasts, I realize I always say like. So I want to improve that, and obviously a lot of there you go. And I want to fight nervousness. So before jumping on this call, I was listening to some 2 Steps from Hell. I'm not sure if you guys know it, but it's some epic music, and I was blasting that, and it was putting me in the mood to do this. So public speaking is so much more than just public speaking, and these 5 are just some of the ones I want to learn. And these for me are reasonable within 15 hours of practice during the month. The next one is video production. So both are related. And again, video production it's too broad. So things I want to learn are how to do basic operations in DaVinci Resolve. It's an amazing software. If you ever want to get into that, it's free and it has all the tools you need. So I want to step it up to the next level. I learned how to soundproof my room. I didn't think it was a thing, but I tried recording the session 2 days ago, and there's so much echo, so much reverb that you could barely understand what I was seeing. So what you see today in my room, it actually wasn't there 2 days ago. So I've got like this little thing on the wall, I've got a bookcase, I've got a carpet now. So hopefully the sound's going to be good. So, but the trainers who are going to come may not have that soundproofing. So I'm going to have to learn how to remove the echo and reverb, fix colors, add subtitles, publishing on YouTube and Instagram, and especially Instagram. I've never done that, and using the right hashtags. So you see how I break this down into like very, very small parts. These probably take me less than 3 hours of practice to learn how to do them properly. And all of them are actions that I can measure. Good. So we learned today my favorite definition of learning, which is the ability to do something well. It's important because it takes action. Action is a skill. You practice something. and that something can be anything, and you can measure that. So this was really just the foundation and an introduction to the subject. But on Friday, so 2 days from now, same time, we're going to learn how to decide what skill to learn and how to break it down. This is going to be a lot more hands-on. It's going to make you a super learner. So instead of like going in all directions and not knowing where you're going to go, you're going to be able to create a plan that is going to help you learn any skill you want to learn. Yeah, thank you, Mohan. I think it's going to be great. But apart from that, I'm super excited to announce that I've partnered with experts on different topics, and this is the reason I started SkillUp Academy. I wanted the experts to show people how to perform at the skills they're good at. So the first one, the first one is Rosemary Barnes. She's a genius when it comes to public speaking. Brian, you might actually be interested in that. It's tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time. She has such a good presence, such a good energy. She is smiling all the time. This is something I got to learn from her. And I'm really excited to have her. And especially the topic that she chose for her first session, how to fight your fear of public speaking. I think this speaks to like so many people. When I did a survey of how many what people want to learn, public speaking was in the top 10. But the reason people don't do it is because they are afraid, and I am afraid. And I'm going to learn so much from Rosemary. So that's going to happen tomorrow at 12 p.m. Really, really excited. Next one on Monday by me. I used to have quite a lot more hair and bigger beard. But I assure you that is me. So I'm going to continue on skill development, and the topic is going to be on why skill development is so important. I did touch a bit on that today in the intro where I said how it completely changed my life. I used to be just a software engineer, and now I call myself a polymath. And here I am doing a training session and talking to incredible people. So it really is important. There's at least 8 good reasons, and I'm going to go through them. I think it's going to be great. Last but not least, Michael Trenmer. I talked to him earlier this week, and he's going to be teaching 5 mistakes new coaches make. Michael had to change his life 2 years ago due to an event that happened to him, and he decided to go to coaching. And so he has been doing that for 2 years, and he realized during that time that he learned so much that he could take it to the next level and help teach coaches. So now he's a coach. He's a coach for coaches, and he's going to teach people in the SkillUp Academy for free what the five biggest mistakes are. And same with Rosemary. These are experts. They're incredible at what they're doing, and they're doing that for free for SkillUp Academy members. So I couldn't be more excited for their generosity and their time. And there's more people. Brian actually here on the chat said, because he reached out to top CEOs in Ireland, where he lives, and he had basically 100% response rate from the top CEOs in the country. And I asked him, how did you do that? He said, well, I just asked. And it's crazy, but that's exactly what I did here with these experts. I just asked them, would you be willing to give your tips to the SkillUp Academy members? And 80% of them said yes. 100% of them replied. And so I'm beyond excited to have these expert trainers show you exactly how they do things. So they're not just teachers, they're doers. They're people that have done it and will save you tons of years of learning. So that's actually all I've got for today. I think it was a bit longer than I thought it would be, but I was excited. Thank you guys for coming. It was great to have you. You guys were great at replying as well. I could sense your energy, and it gave me energy, and I've done it. All right. First training session on SkillUp Academy. You guys were part of history. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.